Hello, friends. We are gathered now for the most solemn moments in the spiritual year, the high point of inspiration for the entire spiritual year. And this is the time when the light of Shambhala will be shining most brightly, and when the entire hierarchy gathers together and must gather together to receive the tremendous stimulation which is available. Now, whether this is literally anymore in the WESAK Valley, there is a debate about that, of course, or whether it is the starting of the overshadowing process by which the Buddha overshadows or overlights in every country a disciple who carries that particular vibration that doesn't make any difference. It is the Buddha. It is the new group of world servers. It is Taurus. It is the great light. And we do come under that greatest light as the forces of enlightenment are released at this time. So, we, as many of the students of the Tibetan who were in his groups, we use these moments as the high point of our spiritual year. And we've certainly been doing that as we have moved forward with the whole idea of brilliant illumination. And for the days following, we will do the same, fulfilling our task, fulfilling our responsibility. There will be, long pauses, because it is a silent time. We will speak some about the legend, but there will be also long pauses where we gather our inner resources and attune ourselves with the hierarchy which has gathered now, or whatever time they come together. They will be, they will be in force together. So high is this shambolic time.
So welcome, dearest friends. And I just remind again, if you want to participate with this traditional ritual, which is said that there in the ceremony at least 10 years and years ago, there is a chalice in the central place of the great rock, and that chalice is full of water. So Buddha is blessing the waters around the world. So very often in our ceremonies we have also, like now we have in the center, the bigger chalice of water, and then you can use that water watering your plants and putting water into the rivers, and so that we can imagine, or if you have a sea nearby, that how the blessed water is blessing all the waters on planet. And of course, then you can drink the water. So if you want to do that, and then there is this old tradition also that we are offering something to the great ones, to Buddha. If you have something now that you can offer, like imaginatively or in real sense on your altar, like a flower or whatever, it can be tangible thing, but also something what is not tangible, something that you want to offer from yourself. That is also what we are having in one point of the ceremony. But now I just warmly welcome you all and wish you beautiful WESAK moment. And if you happen to see here something that everything is not running because there is many things to be controlled now, and my, for instance, my iTunes is not functioning the way, so there might happen something. So just keep on meditating and keep your point of focus and alignment with these great energies. And I think that we all can feel and sense this already. So now we can start our process. The festival of WESAK festival takes place at the full moon of Taurus. It is the great Eastern festival. But slowly it is making its way into the West and Western consciousness. This is the festival of the Buddha, the spiritual intermediary between the highest spiritual center, Shambhala, and the hierarchy. The Buddha is the expression of the wisdom of God, the embodiment of light, and the indicator of the divine purpose. With the central spinal system comprising the brain as well, and the spinal cord, is mysterious Merudanda. Meru is the mountain, the world access. It is called also Mount Kailash, the Bell Mountain, upon the WESAK Valley, upon which the Buddha was fighting with the devil for the existence of humanity. let us visualize lotus opening on the top of the mountain, on the top of our head. Upon the mountain Meru, Merudanda. Group fusion. We affirm the fact of group fusion and integration within the heart center of the new group of world servers, mediating between hierarchy and humanity. Let us say together, I am one with my group brothers, and all that I have is theirs. May the love which is in my soul pour forth to them. May the strength which is in me lift and aid them. May the thoughts which my soul creates reach and encourage them. Let us project a line of lighted energy towards the spiritual hierarchy of the planet. The planetary heart, the great ashram of Sanat Kumara, and towards the Christ, the head of the hierarchy, standing at the heart of hierarchy. Imaginatively extend the line of light towards Shambhala, the center where the will of God is known. Hold now the contemplative mind open to the extraplanetary energies streaming into Shambhala. And then radiated through hierarchy. Using the creative imagination, endeavor to see the 3 planetary centers, Shambhala, hierarchy, and humanity, gradually coming into alignment and interplay. Alignment with the group. Let us align now with our group around the world. All of us in different countries. Try to read the quality of this group. Can you recognize it? Can we recognize a magnetic point that we are creating in this conference? Do we recognize the vortex which is created by our meditation? Align also with the inner hierarchy of workers. The group also, which is not only in the outer world, but in inner. Let us carry each of us with love and keeping during the meditation strong alignment also horizontally, that we are able to create the chalice for the great ones. Purification, mental purification. Let us say together, O light piercing eye, purify us. And sound inaudibly Om. Astral purification. Let us say together, O sweet dew of immortality, purify us. And sound quietly Om. Om. Now physical purification. Let us perform the pavilion of Fire Mandala Mudra. And you see the image on the screen. Open your palms, the left below and the right one on the top. And let us build the imaginative sevenfold fire of the Lotus of Love, which encloses the entire temple of the virtual conference. Let us create a sacred area, envisioning the fierce fire of rainbow colors spiraling out through your fingers, purifying etheric physical level. The sevenfold fire burns away all resistances and lower practices. Hold still your hands in mudra. And let us visualize the whole personality purified. Let us say together, may the power which the enlightened ones know descend. May the spotless, purest great will, the eternal, unmoved Vajra, purify the three courses: mind, mouth, body, and their effects, words, desires, deeds of evil. By thy triple wisdom, may the balance come and the flame burn bright. Om. And let us imagine through that magnetic field, these waves of purification pouring into the world. Visualize upon the planet the mental, astral, and physical etheric levels purified. Let us align with Master DK, who has been promising that he will be ready to help us during the full moons. Let us as a group consciously contact with him. Let us imagine that we are facing the east, the direction of the Master. And salute the Johans and the Great Ones. Align with the Master within your heart, establishing the connection. And be aware also of those who are following you, blessing them while we vertically align. those who went before us. Let us salute the 7 Chohans. Salutations to Master Moria. Visualize the beautiful red. Salutations to Master Kutumi. Visualize the night blue, indigo blue. Salutations to Master Paul the Venetian. Visualize the beautiful spring green. Salutations to Master Seraphis Bay. And visualize the golden yellow. Salutations to Master Hilarion. Visualize radiant orange, the 5th ray of our conference. Salutations to Master Jesus. Visualize beautiful rose light. Salutations to the unnamed 7th ray Chohan. And visualize the beautiful, radiant violet light. Salutations to the 3 great ones, the Bodhisattva, the Manu, and the Mahachohan. Salutations to the three Lords of Liberation in Shambhala, expressing liberty, equality, and fraternity. Om. Salutations to the three Buddhas of activity, Sananda, Sanaka, and Sanatana. Om. Salutations to the Father Sanat Kumara in Shambhala. Om. And we remember all of those who have been given their lives for their sisters and brothers to rise, who have been faithful for the teaching. We align with all of those pilgrims, hundreds of thousands who have been traveling to the sacred valley. Who have been faithful for the sacred ceremony, who have kept the teaching alive. Let us gather now at the feet of the great teacher, the Lord Maitreya, who is the one who is directing the ceremony. And let us say, we have gathered in your name, Lord Maitreya, be with us. In your imagination, place yourself and see standing in the sacred WESAK valley. Align with this sacred ceremony which has been taken place for hundreds of years. Within yourself, offer now something what you want to offer to the great ones. If you have your altar and you want to offer there something, or offer upon your inner altar in your heart, what do you want to give? Truly, what do you want to give? Let us give something as a group, something which is going to make a change in the world. This group has been called forth for this time. Its symbol is Taurus. The new group of world servers, the Ajna center of Sanat Kumara. Through this group, a new vision should come. The time of the Forerunner is ending very soon. And this group has a responsibility upon its shoulders to make that what is now needed. That the plan of these masters who were fighting for humanity, and they were asking for this new experiment because they were believing in the heart of humanity. Let us contemplate clearly that we can be successful. We say, I see, and when the eye is opened, all is illumined. There is a tradition, Buddhist takes refuge in the three jewels or triple gem. They are called also the three refuges. And they are the Buddha, the fully enlightened one, aligned with the WESAK movement around the world. The Dharma, the teachings expounded by the Buddha, and the Sangha, the monastic order of Buddhism that practices dharmas. We say Buddham Saranam Gacchami, I take refuge in the Buddha. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, I take refuge in the Dharma. Sangham Saranam Gacchami, I take refuge in the Sangha.
Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं
Let us now listen the WESAK text by Alice Bailey. There is a valley lying at a rather high altitude in the foothills or the Himalayan Tibet ranges. It is surrounded by high mountains on all sides except towards the northeast, where there is a narrow opening in the mountain ranges. The valley is bottle-shaped in contour, with the neck of the bottle of the northeast, and it widens very considerably towards the south. Up towards the northern ends, close to the neck of the bottle, there are huge flat rock. There are no trees or shrubs in the valley, which is covered with a kind of gorse grass.
Approaching the time of the full moon, pilgrims from the surrounding districts begin to gather. The holy men and lamas find their way into the valley and fill the southern and the middle parts, leaving the northeastern end relatively free. There, so the legend runs, gather a group of those great beings who are the custodians on earth of God's plan for our planet and for humanity.
This group of knowers of divinity are the main participants in the WESAK festival. They arrange themselves in the northeastern end of the valley, in concentric circles, and prepare for a great act of service. In front of the rock, looking towards the northeast, stand those beings who are called by their disciples, the three great lords. These are the Christ, who stands in the center, the Lord of living forms, the Manu, who stands at his right, and the Lord of civilization, who stands to his left. These three face the rock upon which rests a crystal great bowl full of water.
Behind the grouped masters, adepts, initiates, and senior workers under God's plan are to be found the world disciples and aspirants in their various grades and groups, either in the body or out of the body, who at this time constitute the new group of world servers. Those present in their physical bodies have found their way there by ordinary means. Others are present in their spiritual bodies and in the dream state. The dream, which they later relate, has been uniformly registered by people throughout the world and bears the testimony to the recollection of an inner spiritual happening.
As the hour of the full moon approaches, a stillness settles down upon the crowd, and all look towards the northeast. Certain ritualistic movements take place, in which the grouped masters and their disciples of all ranks take up symbolic positions and form on the floor of the valley such significant symbols as the five-pointed star, with the Christ standing at the highest point of a triangle, with the Christ at the apex, or a cross, and other well-known formations, all of which have a deep and potent meaning. This is all done to the sound of certain chanted words and esoteric phrases called mantras.
The expectancy in the waiting, onlooking crowd becomes very great, and the tension is real and increasing. Through the entire body of people, there seems to be felt a stimulation or potent vibration, which has the effect of awakening the souls of those present, fusing and blending the group into one united whole, and lifting all into a great act of spiritual demand, readiness, and expectancy. It is the climax of the world's aspiration focused in this waiting group. These three words, demand, readiness, and expectancy, best describe the atmosphere surrounding those present in this secret valley.
The chanting and the rhythmic waving grows stronger, and all the participants and the watching crowd raise their eyes towards the sky, in the direction of the narrow part of the valley. Just a few minutes before the exact time of the full moon, in the far distance, a tiny speck can be seen in the sky.
It comes nearer and nearer and grows in clarity and definiteness of outline until the form of the Buddha can be seen, seated in the cross-legged Buddha position, clad in his saffron-colored robe, bathed in light and color, and with his hand extended in blessing.
When the Buddha arrives at a point exactly over the great rock, hovering there in the air over the heads of the three great lords, a great mantra used only once a year at the festival is intoned by the Christ, and the entire group of people in the valley fall upon their faces. This invocation sets up a great vibration or thought current, which is of such potency that it reaches up from the group of aspirants, disciples, and initiates who employ it to the being we know as God. It marks the supreme moment of intensive spiritual effort. Throughout the entire year, and the spiritual vitalization of humanity and the spiritual effects last throughout the succeeding months.
The effect of this great invocation is universal or cosmic and serves to link us up with that cosmic center of spiritual force from which all created beings have come. The blessing is poured forth, and the Christ, as the representative of humanity, receives it in trust for distribution.
Thus, so the legend runs, the Buddha returns once a year to bless the world, transmitting renewed spiritual life through the Christ. Slowly, then the Buddha recedes into the distance, until again only a faint speck can be seen in the sky, and this eventually disappears. The whole ceremonial blessing from the time of the first appearance in the distance until the moment the Buddha fades out of you. Takes just 8 minutes.
The Buddha's annual sacrifice for humanity, for he comes back only at great cost, is over. And he returns again to that high place where he works and waits. Year after year, he comes back in blessing. Year after year, he and his great brother, the Christ, work in the closest cooperation for the benefit of humanity. In these two great sons of God have been focused two aspects of divine life, and they act together as custodians of the highest type of spiritual force to which our humanity can respond. Through the Buddha, the wisdom of God is poured forth. Through the Christ, the love of God is manifested in humanity. And thus it is, this wisdom and love which pour forth upon humanity. It is this wisdom and love which pour forth upon humanity each WESAK full moon.
When the Buddha has again disappeared, the crowd rise to their feet. The water in the bowl is distributed in tiny portions to the masters, initiates, and disciples. And they then go their way to their place of service. The crowd who have all brought their little cups and vessels of water drink of them and share with others. In this beautiful water ceremony of communion is portrayed the symbol of the new age, which is upon us, the Aquarian age, the age of the water carrier. In this ceremony is perpetuated for us the story of the universality of God's love, the need for our individual purification, and the opportunity to share with each other that which belongs to all. The water, which has been magnetized by the presence of the Buddha and of the Christ, carries certain properties and virtues of a healing and helpful nature. Thus blessed, the crowd silently disperses. And this was from the WESAK Festival booklet by Alice A. Bailey. Using the creative imagination, Visualize the energies of light, love, and the will to good pouring throughout the planet. And becoming anchored on Earth in prepared physical plane centers through which the plan can manifest. See these energies pouring from Shambhala, the Buddha, the Christ, masters and their initiates, the new group of servers, men and women of goodwill everywhere in the world. Imagine the five-pointed star of humanity and its physical centers of distribution. New York, London, Geneva, Darjeeling, and Tokyo. Let us hold now turning of the wheel mudra. You see here the image. You can make a circle between the thumb and the forefinger, the left down and the right above. The wheel turning mudra. Buddha completely turns his life wheel towards liberation and world worship. He is no longer a human being, but has become divine creator, enlightened, teacher of humans and gods. We are nearing the full moon moment. Here you can see the authentic pathway which is told that the Buddha appears. And the mountain you see is the Kailash, sacred Meru mountain. And we can hold still the mudra and imagine strongly that we are turning the wheel. The group, if we are supposed to present Buddha, the new group of world servers will do that. Has this happened already? We don't know. If it will happen soon, we don't know. But let us align with that. The new group of world servers is supposed to take these duties and generate the energies from Shambhala. Let us make it true we turn the wheel. And hold that mudra. The sacred moment of WESAK is here.
And we start at we are nearing the full moon. And let us now change the mudra into sudden awakening mudra. Cross the little fingers together. Connect the four fingers, ring and middle finger over the thumb.
And we go into silence, awaiting the Buddha to arrive. And you will hear the 3 bells 4 minutes before, at the even moment, and 4 minutes after the full moon. Happy WESAK to everybody. Let us visualize the downpouring spiritual inflow released from Shambhala through the hierarchy and now streaming into humanity through the prepared channel. Consider how these inpouring energies are establishing the pathway of light. It is also preparing the way for the coming world teacher, the Christ. We hold our consciousness as a group within the periphery of the great ashram. And let us sound together. In the center of all love I stand. From that center, I, the soul, will outward move. From that center, I, the one who serves, will work. May the love of the divine self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group, and throughout the world. Om. Let us say, may all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from happiness that is without suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from both attachment and hatred, holding some close and others distant. May we will be filled now by the light and all the wisdom. You can take, if you have this water close to you, and if you can have a cup from that water, you may drink this blessed water. You may imagine that the Christ is giving the water to you from this crystal bowl. And we are participating with the water ceremony at the WESAK Valley. And may the blessings, the water that you are holding, through this water pour everywhere where you drop the water or you give water to your friends, family members, your pets, the plants, rivers and lakes and oceans. Send forth also your blessings, your visions for the beautiful future and the success of the group during this coming year, that we are walking again together. And great invocation. Visualize the outpouring of light and love and power from the spiritual hierarchy pouring out. We being a channel, a chalice for this downpouring energy. And through the 5 planetary inlets, New York, London and Geneva, Darjeeling and Tokyo, irradiating the consciousness of the whole human race. WESAK energies echoing in every single place on earth, and the waters are shining, glowing, the blessings of the Buddha. Om. And let us say, love to all beings, north, south, east, west, above, below. Love to all beings. Compassion to all beings, north, south, east, west, above, below. Compassion to all beings.
Joy to all beings, north, south, east, west, above, below. Joy to all beings. Serenity to all beings, north, south, east, west, above, below. Serenity to all beings.
Om. And let us imagine that the group is 1,000-hand being doing the work of the masters and the Christ all around the planet. I am light for my fellow men. I am light from the heart of God. Now, dearest friends, happy WESAK to everybody. Thank you for being with us. Many blessings to you. And Michael, you can say also something, and you can show your videos and say to everybody, happy WESAK.
And blessings to all.
Thank you. And see you again.